Hello from Singapore. So I flew in from Berlin on Qatar Airways, and I gotta say, it had one of the best movie selections I've ever seen on a plane. I mean, they had the entire Star Wars main series and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the whole X-Men series, but I actually chose to watch an old classic, A Streetcar Named Desire. But yeah, as trivial as it is, having a good entertainment system on a flight can really make it enjoyable. This has also been the first time that I've checked in my bag because it's gotten rather heavy, and I had forgotten just how painful it is waiting for your luggage to appear on that carousel. Anyway, I've switched hemispheres and I'm now in a tropical region, and I knew the weather was going to be different, but I am definitely struggling. And I know it's just like the weather, so it shouldn't be that big a deal, but it does affect your day-to-day life quite a bit. So let me compare a cold winter in a country like Germany to a tropical summer here in Singapore. In Germany, if you walk outside without your hands in your pockets for 5 minutes, then you probably won't feel them anymore. In Singapore, if you're like me, then walking outdoors for 5 minutes means you're breaking into a sweat no matter what time of day it is. In Germany, going indoors means relishing in the heat and taking off like 3 layers. In Singapore, returning to where you're based means get me in the shower now. And in Germany, it's dark by like 5 p.m. and here the sun is still out at like 7. And actually the first day I was here, I kind of lost track of time. I was walking around because it was super sunny and I thought it was kind of early afternoon, but I checked my watch and it's like 6 p.m. So yeah, there's a few things I'm still adjusting to here. Anyway, a couple of other things I noticed. Firstly, I've seen quite a few electric scooters around Singapore. I haven't really seen electric scooters anywhere else, but I've seen quite a few here, but unfortunately I don't have great footage of it because by the time I whip out my phone, they've already scooted right past me. Secondly, so in super cold places like Montreal, you have these underground walkways and shopping areas that connect the buildings so that you don't have to go out in the cold to get to places. Well, it's kind of the same thing here, except you're in these walkways to escape the heat. These underground passages connect shopping malls to offices and to the train station, so it's, yeah, really, really convenient. And thirdly, Singapore does have parks, but it's just way too warm to just like chill out and sit in a park. So I have been to one more museum in Singapore, the Art Science Museum. They had this exhibit where you could draw your own buildings or cars and scan them in, and they would appear on screen. So of course I did this and I drew my own spaceship and there it is. But they had this really cool exhibit on MC Escher, who was a Dutch artist. So this one guy pioneered so many things like tessellation artworks that use animals instead of just shapes, and taking that one step further into metamorphoses. But he also did these awesome woodblock paintings, and he was like the pioneer for impossible artworks. So I'm sure you're pretty familiar with some of these images, but yeah, I didn't know that they were all done by this one guy. But the reason I ended up at a museum is because whenever I asked a Singaporean, what do you guys do here? They would all tell me there's nothing to do in Singapore except shop and eat. Now, I didn't do the former because I don't have any room in my luggage to take any more stuff, but I did definitely eat. So I went to what they advertise as the cheapest Michelin star meal in the world. It's a hawker chicken rice store. So we had to wait like half an hour for this chicken rice, and it was, you know, it was normal Singaporean prices. It wasn't overly pricey or anything like that. But having said that, the chicken rice was also normal, ordinary chicken rice to me. And that's not a bad thing. Chicken rice is delicious here. I'm just not sure whether it's worth queuing up half an hour for and then waiting another 15 minutes for your food. Anyway, I'm on a plane tonight to Penang where I'll be meeting my parents, and then we're gonna go climb Mount Kinabalu at the end of this week. So I don't think I'll see you in exactly a week, but I will see you very shortly after that. All right.